Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out Trump's reaction to Biden selling off the wall, selling parts of the wall off. So we're going to see what our new administration that's coming in, Trump has to say about this. Because honestly, I personally think this is criminal, and this is off. This is why they putting our country at jeopardy, letting people just come over for free with all this crazy stuff. So let's see what he has to say on Biden selling parts of the wall. Here we go. Make sure to also leave a like and a comment down below. Thank you for the support. We're going to get right into the video now.
I'd like to ask the Biden administration.
Oh, shit. Actually, give me 1 second. I forgot to put in my headphones. Now, we are starting right now. Thank you for your patience.
As you probably heard, there are two events that took place. We're talking about a friendly takeover, a friendly transition, as they like to say. This is a friendly transition, and it is, but there are two events that took place that I think are very terrible. One is that if people don't come back to work, come back into the office, they're going to be dismissed. And somebody in the Biden administration gave a 5-year waiver of that, so that for 5 years, people don't have to come back into the office. It involved 49,000 people. For 5 years, they don't have to go. They just signed this thing. It's ridiculous. So it was like a gift to a union, obviously be in court to stop it. The other thing is really terrible. We spent a tremendous amount of money on building the wall. The wall was designed.
So they spent all this money and time on the wall, and they're just giving away these parts, mind you, for I think I saw it was $5 on an auction site. That's petty in itself right there, the amount they're selling the parts for.
Specifically by the Border Patrol, because it's very hard to climb. They need to have see-through. They need it to be steel, because you can't cut. It's very powerful steel. It's very hard steel. It's
very, very powerful steel. Very hard steel.
Very hard to cut. Inside the
must have got that steel from Iron Man himself. Boy said this shit is elite.
Steel, as you know, we pour concrete, and that's a grade 10 concrete, which is a very strong concrete, very as though you were building about a 60-story building. It's very powerful concrete. They've made tremendous technology advances in the word concrete. Who would think that? But I know that from the construction industry. Today, what you can do with concrete is incredible. So we have a very strong concrete, and then we have.
That's crazy. I would love to hear about that. See what those upgrades are in the concrete industry.
We put rebar inside the concrete.
Must I say, my favorite Orange Man is looking absolutely beautiful today. Love the yellow hair.
And the rebar likewise is very hard to cut. So it's a very expensive process, very expensive wall. And then we put a
very expensive
anti-climb plate on the top. You saw that. And I didn't like the look of it. But then when I watched, we had people testing. We had mountain climbers actually testing. And they were not able to get over the anti-climb plate. So I said, all right, I guess we're going to put it on top, which I...
Then they shipped in mountain climbers and said, hey, yo, climb this shit. Let me see if you can get over this, doggy. It'll be good money for the wall, and maybe we give you a little bit of money for your time. Like, that's tough. They get the test scale to see if they can border hop.
I never loved the look of it, but it works so unbelievably well. You have to do it. So we spent a lot of money on building it, and we have hundreds of miles that we put up. A lot of people don't realize, but we did 571 miles of wall. That's why we had such good records. In addition to the fact that Mexico helped us with their military, they kept people out. And they were actually very good under the past leader. But now we ordered an additional 200 miles of wall. It's very expensive. And now it's about double the price of what it would have been 6 years ago.
And Biden is selling that, John, for $5. Ain't that some shit? If you're supporting Biden and their administration after all this going on, that's crazy. Are we going to finally say, a lot of the Democrats are corrupt? Because this is just insane. They're selling parts of the border wall. Biden's pardoning all these people that legitimately have done crazy ass crimes, but we're just gonna act like it's fine.
The administration is trying to sell it for 5 cents on the dollar.
5 cents or $5? I thought it was 5 cents. I meant $5.
Knowing that we're getting ready to put it up, and what they're doing is really an act. It's almost a criminal act. They know we're going to use it, and If we don't have it, we're going to have to rebuild it, and it'll cost double what it cost years ago, and that's hundreds of millions of dollars, because you're talking about a lot of wall. I built much more than I said I was going to build, but
It's like I feel like this should be criminal because it's just like he's doing all these things to impede Trump. They're doing like I don't know if it's Biden specifically, but he must have a say in it because he's obviously the president. So it's just like who's thinking this stuff is a good idea? Thinking like, oh, you're definitely gonna get voted in next presidency, next election by doing all this wild corrupt shit before we get out of office, and then we're gonna keep slandering the man, lying about the Republicans, or just not even Republicans, anyone that doesn't vote with us up to this point. It's just like, how do you expect to win the next election with acting like this?
then after it was built, I said, you can do some more because it's sort of like water, people flow through, and that will pretty much really take care of it. And what happened is they just, as you see, they're trying to sell it for 5 cents on the dollar. And that's really,
wow,
that has nothing.
That's insane. I thought it was $5. I swear it went up to $5.
Thing to do with a smooth transition. That has to do with people really trying to stop our nation. And all it means really is that we're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars more. Not even talking about the time. Time would be pretty long, but we'll spend hundreds of millions of dollars more on building the same wall that we already have. And people have already come back to us that have deals at 5 cents and 4 cents, and one guy at 3 cents on the dollar.
God, I'm not. This is what the heck? This is worse than I thought.
And they offered to sell it back to us at more money than it costs us to build substantially. Can you believe it?
Wow.
So they make a deal with the United States to buy it for pennies, and then they call us and they say, "Do you want to buy it back? We'll sell it back to you for hundreds of dollars a foot."
Do you want to buy it back? It's crazy.
Dollars a foot. And we can't let this take place. Now we're going to go. I spoke with the Attorney General of Texas. I spoke to the senators of Texas. I spoke to a lot of people, and hopefully they'll be able to stop. We're going to be at a restraining order. But just think about how ridiculous it is. And this is just people that don't want this country to succeed. And this has nothing to do with Democrat or Republican. This has to do with
literally, it's insane. Like getting to the point of just cartoonish shit, like just happening. I've been saying this shit like people for so long, Biden and his people, how corrupt and evil they are, and look at the shit he's doing now. Like, it's just nuts. Him and whoever follows him or follows that ideology are crazy. Like, use black people, they use all other colored people, and then when we don't vote for them, they call us we're not nothing. They say we're racist. They say the men on other color sides is this and that, and then look what they're doing. Like, this is just so crazy. This just makes me laugh at all the time. People say I'm wrong for wanting to like Trump now after like into him and everything and his policies, and just like look at both parties and just what is said and what is done. It just makes sense.
Common sense. We won on common sense, and this is maybe one of the most egregious examples I've seen. So the people that are buying it or trying to buy it are trying to make a deal with us to sell it back at hundreds of times more than we paid.
That's crazy. 100 times more.
Because the Democrats. So I'm asking today Joe Biden to please stop selling the wall. We're going to use that to create a strong barrier, and it worked. That's why our numbers were so good. It really worked, and it worked well, and it's very expensive to do. And I'm asking Joe Biden to stop his people from giving it away. It's something that people can't even believe is happening. So hopefully Joe will be able to stop it.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno.
Alrighty, so that will be all for this video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that reaction to the wall being sold off. Let me know if you think down below if it's really Biden doing it or someone in his party doing it without his say. And do you think that he himself should crack down on those people, or if he is involved, then should he be reprimanded for this? Because I feel like this is a big detriment to our safety as a nation. Crazy what big of issue this is and what it is going to do. But like I said, let me know what you think down below. Make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you next time on Stoops Block. Thank you for joining me today. Have a good one. See you next time.